well, we got some not so great reports yesterday about Alexei Kolosov. And then, I guess it's not negative. Egor Zavragin, he recently transferred to SKA St. Petersburg. He was then loaned to Sochi, much the way
Matvei
Michkov was the last couple of years. Listen, SKA St. Petersburg, perennial contender, a lot of veterans on that squad. A 20-year-old goalie might not get a ton of playing time there. Now this at least allows him the opportunity to get a bit more in Sochi.
Yes, I think from a playing time standpoint, I mean, it just gives him the opportunity to try out the KHL, which is huge because obviously last year, I mean, Zavragin's numbers last year were fantastic, especially for his age. You look at these numbers that he put up in the VHL, which is the minor leagues of the Russian system, and then the MHL, which is juniors, hockey.
Yeah.
But now he's going to get an opportunity to play in the KHL, so that's cool. He's getting a new challenge because he's already, .943 save percentage in the VHL at age 18, 19. Like we're talking about a kid who was still 18. Like, he turns 19 on August 23rd. A month away. He's not yet 19. And at 19, he's going to get KHL time. That's huge. Now, one point, and Alex Appleyard, obviously a contributor here at allphly.com, made a good point. And this is something that everyone should keep in mind. Sochi, and if anybody watched those games last year with Michkov, they're not very good. No. They are basically like, I think of them as the, and this might be a little bit of a throwback, especially to our young viewers. I certainly didn't watch it. My dad has told me about them, that they are kind of like what like the Kansas City Athletics were for the Yankees, where basically they are like a glorified farm team for the Yankees. The Yankees would just send guys there to park them for a few years. And then when they got good, it's like, okay, now we'll take Roger Maris back.
Yeah, how's that Roger Maris guy? We'll have him, please.
We'll take him. And that's basically what Sochi is. So they're not a good team. So Zavragin most likely is not going to put up good stats. If you look at his numbers in the KHL this year, like he might have a save percentage at like 895. And you're like, yikes, that's not that good. Well, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, he's going to be real young in the K. He's probably not going to get a ton of games, number two, because most likely he's going to serve as the backup. He's, again, 19 years old. He's probably not going to be handed the starting job in the KHL, even on a bad team right off the bat. And then number three, like, team's not good. So, like, he's not going to be getting much support defensively. They're going to give up a lot of goals. He's going to be facing a lot of quality chances. So it's really good, I think, for his development that he's going to be getting a step up in competition after showing that he's probably too good, even at age 18, for the main Russian minor league, like basically the Russian AHL. Fine, let's give him a look at the top tier. And if he's not good enough, they could always send him down. They can figure something out with a loan or whatever. But it's good for his development. It just might not be if you bring up elite prospects in December. Like, don't be shocked and don't be especially dismayed if his numbers aren't that good. What Alex pointed out, and this is a really good point, this is why we pay Alex to contribute. He said the bigger thing you're going to want to look at is what are Zavragin's numbers in comparison to the starter at Sochi? Because the starter at Sochi is a legitimately quality goalie prospect who's older than Zavragin. If Zavragin's numbers are similar, equal to, or even better than the starter, even if the numbers don't look good at first glance, that hints that Zavragin is doing a pretty good job backstopping a bad team. But I would say on the whole, it's a good thing that he's going to get some time in the KHL. Just don't be fooled if the numbers at first glance that he produces as a 19-year-old in the KHL on a not-so-great team are not that good.
Yeah, like his age right now, just to put it in perspective, if he was a CHL player, he wouldn't qualify to go to the AHL.
Right.
Like, and that's a league, like at least level-wise in Russia, he has already dominated.
Yes.
So it's going to take a while. These goaltending is voodoo. We say it all the time. We have no idea what makes a good goalie or not. Their development paths are all different. It seems like we have a pretty good one here.
Mm-hmm.
He's
exciting.
He's quite advanced for his age, and that's all we can ask at this point.
Yeah.
Whatever his numbers are for Sochi, which if you're out there and you watched some Michkov games, like you said, they're not good.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like
Michkov was good.
Yes.
The team was not.
Yes, exactly. And so we'll see how that goes. But it's at least a step in the right direction for Zavragin.
We all silly like the mayor.